We are going to solve the numerical problems of chapter number 6, right? So, starting off with the first numerical, that is determine the work done in each of the following cases. So, the first case is that um, kicking a soccer ball forward with a force of 40 Newton over a distance of 15 centimeters, right? So basically we have to find out the work done here, and we are given that the force is 40 Newton, the distance that it covered is 15 centimeters. So first we have to convert 15 centimeter into meters. So dividing the 15 by 100, we would get 0.15 meters. Now what are we going to do? We are just going to simply apply the formula W equals to F into D, right? So in this case, force is 40 Newton and displacement is actually 0.15 meters, right? So in this case, work done will become, if you we would just multiply 40 by 0.15, we would get 6 Newton meter, or simply you can write it as the work done is equal to 6 joule. That would be your answer, right? The part B of this question is actually determine the work done in each of the following cases. Lifting a 50 kilograms barbell straight up 1.995 meters, right? So basically we have the mass, which is 50 kilograms, and the height, which is 1.95 meters, right? So in this case we are again going to find out the work done. W is equal to Fd. In this case, the force is actually the weight of the barbell. So we are replacing force by weight, W, small w, right? And displacement is actually replaced by the height, okay? Because the height is the displacement that is being covered here. So W into displacement की जगह हम लोग H place कर लेंगे, okay? So in this case, the work done will be actually be equal to weight is actually equal to mg and h उसके साथ वैसे ही रहेगा, ओके? वेट की जगह जस्ट हमने सिंपली mg यूज किया, w इक्वल्स टू mg और h वैसे ही रहा, राइट? In this case, we can use the values for mass, the gravitational acceleration, and the height. Mass is 50 kg, the value of g is 9.8, and the height is 1.95. When we would multiply these three things, we would end up getting 956 joules. Remember that in your textbook, the answer is written in the form of scientific notation. So we are going to convert this answer into scientific notation. So if I could just take this decimal point, which is at the last of 6, which is beyond 6, we are going to take it back after 2 jumps, okay? So it would become 9.56 into 10 raised to the power, as जैसे कि हमने point को to the left move किया है, so it would jump 2 times, so the power would be 2, and as we have moved it towards the left, so the power would be positive into joules, right? So we can again just round it off to get a perfect answer. यहाँ पर हमारे पास अगर हम इसे 2 डेसिमल प्लेसेस तक राउंड ऑफ करना चाहते हैं, देन इन दिस केस 2 डेसिमल प्लेसेस के बाद हमारे पास 6 है, विच इज़ ग्रेटर देन 5. सो इन दिस केस हम 5 को के साथ 1 ऐड कर देंगे. 9.6 into 10 raised to the power 2 joules is your answer, right? Question number 2 is calculate the velocity of a 1.2 kg falling star or meteorite with 5.5 into 10 raised to the power 8 joules of energy. So we are given mass, which is 1.2 kilograms, and the kinetic energy, which is 5.5 into 10 raised to the power 8 joules. We are going to find out the velocity here. Okay, remember we have the formula for kinetic energy, which is actually E K, and this kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 mv square. So in this case we need to find out the value for v, right? So in this case हम क्या करेंगे, 2 यहाँ पर v को just एक साइड पर रखेंगे और बाकी सब टर्म्स को दूसरी साइड पर ले आएंगे. So 2 would get multiplied over there, यहाँ पर 2 डिवाइड हो रहा है, दूसरी साइड पर मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा. यहाँ पर m मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है एंड दूसरी साइड पर डिवाइड हो जाएगा. So it would get ek 2 मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा एंड m would get divided by ek equals to v square, or we can write it as v square equals to 2ek by m. If we could just take under root on both sides, okay, taking square root on both sides, we will get 2ek by m. The square of the v would get cancelled out by under root and it would give us v equals to 2ek by m. Just placing the values now. 2 into the value for e is 5.5 into 10 raised to the power 8 divided by the mass is 1.2, right? So I'm not going to go with a whole calculation. You can do it yourself. I'm just going to come up with the final terms. Finally, जब आप 2 को 5.5 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे और उस वैल्यू को 1.2 से डिवाइड कर देंगे, then you will get 9.16 into 10 raised to the power 8. यहाँ पर आप 9.16 का स्क्वायर रूट फाइंड करेंगे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैलकुलेटर से. इट विल गिव यू 3.02 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 8. This 8 will get cancelled out by the under root. इसका आप separately under root लिख सकते हैं 10 raised to the power 8. So you can write 3.02 into 10 raised to the power 8 को आप लिख सकते हैं 10 raised to the power 4 होल स्क्वायर. ठीक है, यानी हमने फोर्थ पावर अलग कर दी और स्क्वायर अलग कर दिया. सो 4 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 अगेन इट वुड गिव अस 10 रेज टू पावर 8. जस्ट हमने इसे स्प्लिट करके लिख दिया. ओके, 10 रेज टू पावर 8 को हमने लिखा 10 रेज टू द पावर 4 होल पावर 2. सो स्क्वायर और अंडर रूट कैंसिल हो जाएंगे एंड इन दिस केस 3.02 into 10 raised to the power 4 meters per second will be your answer, right? I'm not going to solve the question number 3. You have to do it on your own and just comment the right answer below in comment section. Okay, you have to do the question number 3 on your own because it's really simple. You have to try it on your own. Question number 4 is, an elevator weighing 5000 Newton is raised to a height of 15 meter in 10 seconds. How much power is developed? So we are going to find out the power. The weight is 5000 Newton, height is 15 meter, time is 10 seconds. What are we going to do in this case? We are simply going to use the formula for power. Power equals to W by T. In this case, the work done is stored in the form of potential energy. So, replacing the work done by potential energy divided by T. The value for potential energy is mgh, right? So, E की जगह आपने mgh use किया because potential energy or gravitational potential energy EP is actually equal to mgh divided by T. वैसे ही रहेगा. We know that this term mg can be replaced by small w because this is the weight. Because weight equals to mg. So mg की जगह हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? weight और small w. h भी वैसे ही रहेगा और t भी वैसे ही रहेगा. p equals to w h by t. We can use the value for the weight, which is 5000 times 15 meters divided by 10 seconds. It will eventually give us 7500 watts. Right? Coming towards the next question, question number 5, and it says that what power is required for a sky hill chairlift that transports 500 people, average mass 65 kgs per hour to an increased elevation of 1200 meters, right? So we are given that the height is 1200 meters and the mass is the mass of each person is 65 kgs, and we have to multiply 65 by 500 because 500 there are 500 people and each person has the mass of 65. Okay, so जितने भी people होंगे उनको number of people से multiply कर देंगे. 500 हमारे पास persons हैं and for each person the weight the mass is 65 kg. So 500 into 65 will give you 3250 kgs. We are going to find again the power. Okay, so using the formula P equals to W by T. Again, we have the potential energy, so work done is stored in the form of potential energy. EP divided by T. It will give you mgh by T. The mass is 32500. The value of G is 9.8 and height is 1200, right? Divided by the time right over here. Okay, the time was 1 hour. Okay, per hour, so the time here was 1 hour or 3600 seconds. There are 36 seconds in 1 hour. Okay, so time की जगह हम लोग 3600 place कर देंगे. Now we are just going to do the simplest calculation possible. Just 32500 equals 9.8 and then 1200 से multiply करें and divide कर दें 3600 पर. You will get 1061666.6 watt. Just इसको rearrange करके लिखेंगे. Actually, this is a really huge number and we should write this kind of number in the form of scientific notation. हम लोग सिर्फ 1 decimal point तक इसे ले आएंगे. 1.061666 into 10 raised to the power. कितनी जम्स की हमने towards the right? 1 2 3 4 5. 10 raised to the power 5. और साइन कौन सा आएगा? प्लस, because we have jumped towards the left. साथ आ जाएगा यूनिट विच इज़ वॉट. नाउ वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू राउंड देम ऑफ. ओके, मैं चाहती हूँ कि डेसिमल प्लेस के 2 डिजिट बाद तक हमें जस्ट आंसर मिले एंड उसके बाद हमें इतना लंबा डिजिट ना मिले. तो इन दिस केस 1.06. सो द ड्रॉपिंग नंबर इज till 6. हमें डेसिमल पॉइंट के 2 डिजिट्स तक आंसर चाहिए. इन दिस केस जो हमारे पास लास्ट हमारा ड्रॉपिंग डिजिट होगा दैट इज़ 1 and it is less than 5. So 1 को directly drop करेंगे और कुछ नहीं करेंगे into 10 raised to the power 5 watt. This is our actual answer. Coming towards the last question, question number 6. You have to do the question number 6 on your own. It's really simple and just similar to question number 4 and 5. Okay. Question number 7 says that how much work can a 2.0 horsepower motor do in 1 hour? So the power is 2 horsepower. Remember that in previous topics we have studied that 1 horsepower equals to 746 watts. Okay, so horsepower की जगह हम लिखेंगे 746 watts. And हमारे पास 2 horsepower है, so 2 into 746 watts आ जाएगा. So in this case power equals to 2 horsepower. 2 वैसे ही आ जाएगा और हॉर्स पावर को अगर हम वॉट के केस में लिखें देन हॉर्स पावर विल बी इक्वल टू 746 watts. 2 into 746 will give you 1492 watts. Time is 1 hour and of course there are 3600 seconds in 1 hour. Coming towards the calculation, which is power equals to W by T, right? We can write this equation as T अगर हमारे पास यहाँ पर divide हो रहा है we can just multiply it to the other side. W equals to PT, right? Because we have to find out the work done here. Okay, Now W is equal to, the value of power is 1492 and time is 3600, right? So the work done is 5371200 joules. We have to round it off because this is a really large value. Work done in this case would become actually, अगर हम 5 के बाद पॉइंट लेकर आए, बिकॉज यूजुअली हम डेसिमल प्लेस के द फर्स्ट जस्ट एक डिजिट रखते हैं, उसके बाद हम डेसिमल पॉइंट ले आते हैं. सो अगर डेसिमल पॉइंट यहाँ पर है, सो 1 2 3 4 5 6 डेसिमल प्लेसेस टूवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट जंप की हमने. तो 5.37120 into 10 raised to the power 1 2 3 4 5 10 raised to the power 6 joules, right? We are just going to round it off to a certain extent. मैं चाहती हूँ कि डेसिमल प्लेस के जस्ट एक डिजिट रहे मेरे पास, यानी मेरे पास 3 तक होना चाहिए. इन दिस केस हम देखेंगे ड्रॉपिंग डिजिट कौन सा है. तो 3 के बाद ड्रॉपिंग डिजिट कौन सा है? दिस इज 7 एंड 7 इज ग्रेटर देन 5. सो देयरफॉर हम 7 और 7 से आगे को ड्रॉप करेंगे और 3 में 1 ऐड कर देंगे. W इक्वल्स टू 5.3 + 1 4 हो जाएगा into 10 raised to the power 6 joules, which is your required answer. I just require all of you to solve the question number 3 and 6. And फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑफ कोर्स जैसे जैसे मैं आपको होमवर्क प्लेस करती चाहूँगी, आपने होमवर्क्स मुझे सेंड कर दिए हैं. एंड क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 and 6 के जल्दी से आंसर्स फाइंड करें एंड राइट डाउन द आंसर्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन. अल्लाह हाफिज़.